You know that Bible verse that reads, Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life? I was just thinking about that Bible verse, and I was thinking about what it really means for Jesus to say he is the way. And then instantly the Holy Spirit delivered me an amazing message for lukewarm Christians, for lukewarm followers of Christ, for any of that type of sort. So I remember I had a conversation with one of my friends, and I asked them, like, hey, some of the things that you do, because some of the things that they would do were kind of unusual. So I would ask them, like, hey, some of the things that you do, like, why do you do them? And so then after I asked them, they were kind of like hesitating, or like, in a sense, they didn't know what to say. They were just like, I don't really know, And then I remember in that moment, the Holy Spirit brought to my mind to ask, is it like you feel like you don't fit in a way? Is that what it is? And I remember them looking at me and they said, yeah, that's what it is. So many people to this day try their very best to do whatever they can, whether if it's hurting someone or to be funny and to make a mean joke or to make jokes about someone, to fit in. And if you're that person, I just want you to be honest with yourself, because you can't solve a problem or you can't solve an issue if you don't know what it is or you don't admit to what it is. So if you're that person, or even if you don't think you're that person, just pause the video and think about if you're doing something that's harming someone else, or you're doing something in order to fit in a type of way. You see, Jesus is the way in. Or even in some scenarios, Jesus can be the way out. Because God sometimes may separate you from someone or from a group of people that you want to be in or be around, when in reality that could just have you hurting someone else or having you getting hurt. And if you remember, I mentioned that this was for people who are lukewarm in specific, and this may be for other people too, but in specific I want to talk about people who are lukewarm with their relationship with Christ, or where they are with Christ, because sometimes as followers of Christ we're trying to fit into the wrong things. Because sometimes we just want to go one way and we want to fit into one certain group, when Jesus is saying, I literally am the way. He is the way, and he's not the way towards bad, but he's the way that makes you feel like you will be fit in. Because sometimes we can be doing way too much. Sometimes we're doing way too much just to get other people's attention, just to make people laugh. We're doing way too much just to make jokes about other people and make them feel bad inside. Bro, you gotta cut that stuff out. It's not cool in any way, and especially if you're hurting other people just to get the enjoyment and laughter of people that you shouldn't even be around. And listen, I made this video because there are so many people that feel like that's the only way on how they feel like they will be able to fit in. They think that's the only way how people will start to like them. They think that's the only way about how people will start giving them attention. But let me tell you, the only attention that you need is attention from God. You don't need to do the worldly things. You don't need to get the extra stuff. You don't need to do all that. That stuff is unnecessary. All you need is attention from God, because God is the way to victory. And not only victory, he's the way from that pain. He's the way from that emptiness and that loneliness that you've been feeling. He's there to comfort you. You just got to learn more about him, because he'll show you what he can do for you. He has it right here. He has it right here. But you don't want to open it. You think you just got to fit in all the time. God is saying, I'm allowing you to fit into me. I'm allowing you to come to me. I'm allowing you to me. Because sometimes in life, all you're going to need is God. You're not going to need a girlfriend. You're not going to need a boyfriend to give you love that's really lust. You're not going to need that stuff, because God already gives you love. He already provides these things for you. He can help you. But ultimately, this is a decision that you have to make on your own. I can't make the decision for you. Your parents can't make the decision for you. God can't make the decision for you. You either choose God or you don't. And I said specifically about lukewarm people, because lukewarm followers of Christ are sitting on the fence, and you're not even realizing that in this fence that you're sitting on that divides God and Satan, that fence belongs to Satan. So you, by sitting on that fence, going and getting a little bit of God and getting a little bit of Satan, is ultimately you choosing Satan over God. So are you going to keep on trying to fit in? Or are you going to accept the goodness that God has already prepared for you? God bless you.